I have a surprise for you. Shut up! I have a surprise for you today. It's here. Yes. Oh, fucking A. Ah, fuck. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Whoa, buddy! We got a desk! A real desk here!
I love it, man.
I like. So we can put our shit on here. Little fucking knickknacks. See, look at this.
100%. This is good.
This is it, and then it's gonna be seen just like this. It's just a fucking.
Oh, this.
Yeah!
This is a win.
Who stepped up today?
You did.
Yes. Look, it is braced. Good. This is a free floating shelf that Kyla had. This is that shelf. I just screwed onto the back of it and.
Yeah. Good job, Brandon.
That's right. Here we go.
Good job.
Let's get on with the show.
Yes.
Timor.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Spanish for timer.
Oh.
Timor.
Like,
You should know that. You speak Spanish. You're Mexican.
oh, I know.
Well,
Wait,
it's bad, dude. This one's rinky dinky.
It is.
Oh.
Well, the professional over here.
Call me Blackfinger.
Dude, when I was working on my scooter yesterday, so first of all, I ordered the wrong inner tube. It's like the right size, but they're
So
super
you seriously were gonna, you need to fix your inner tube?
Oh, absolutely.
On your scooter?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'm getting
know
the
this.
new one today, so I got to work on it tonight before work tomorrow. That one's gonna be the right one, but I don't know, man. I jacked up my back, and I don't know if it's like
I know why.
why.
Penis is too big.
Well, that could very well
swing
be
in the
it.
front, like you gotta. You're leaning forward constantly throughout the day.
Yeah.
It hurts your lower back.
It's like woman with big boobs, but for
Yes,
me,
it's the exact same thing.
that's why it's my lower back that's hurting because I just have so much weight in the front right there. But no, honestly, I think it's from when I fractured my spine. That it's just like flaring up or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah, that sucked, man.
That whole
I'll tell you that.
crazy.
Cheers to episode 3
12.
of Marc and Barc in the morning.
Mark and Barc. Or in wherever we're gonna be.
Wherever. You know what? We missed out one time. You were like, we can like go riding a mini bike. So Marc and Barc riding. We left one out, which should have been the most obvious one. Marc and Barc in the park. How did we miss that? I don't know.
That's a good one. We're gonna have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Mark and Barc wherever. It doesn't matter. It's Mark and Barc at Disneyland. It's Mark and Barc at whatever. It's Mark and Barc in the morning and such.
It's Marc and Barc on the moon.
And you know what?
Yeah.
There's gonna be certain. I don't think the intro has to be within the first 30 seconds. I'd say sometimes, like one day, the intro is gonna be the outro. It's gonna be the last thing I fucking play.
It's an outro intro.
Yeah, it can be any time.
An outro.
An outro.
Yeah. And that's
But
fine.
I think we're gonna roll the intro now. Then is that you want to do that? Or I'm gonna let you call the intro this week. Okay?
Yeah.
Like it's
I
be a
will.
curveball.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Okay, this is
like
good.
in TV shows, like even like these bigger shows like Lord of the Rings or whatever, they'll do a huge like 20-minute part of the show and then throw in the intro. So I'm gonna say our intro, like if we do an hour, I'm gonna mix it up and be like an hour 45 in. Here's our intro, and then go from there.
So you never know.
And then 5 minutes later, do an
And
outro.
that's a good point that you brought up because this is the episode I was gonna call the thing. It's the real episode. I'm being real today. I'm in real fucking clothes. It's got fucking cat hair all over it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be talking about some real shit.
100%.
So this is a real episode.
So
This ain't a fake episode. This is real.
I got some cool things. So I got like at least 3 different things I want to talk about. One is like more of like a serious thing. Because I watched this TikTok last. Do you just want to get into it, or you want to like?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay.
We'll
So my first one is a TikTok of this dude chilling in his car, and this white guy comes up, and you could tell like this guy's black that's sitting in his car, even though he's recording the guy talking to him through the passenger side, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, I work at the end of the cul-de-sac, I'm just waiting for my shift to start. And he's like, you shouldn't be here. You know this is a one-way road, right? And he's like, well, yeah, motherfucker, I know it's a one-way road. And the guy's like, well, why are you just loitering, so-and-so, whatever. The point of that video is, like, it's this, like, racism issue. Like, you don't know.
It was a white guy?
It was a white dude. It's like that male Karen, It's like, why does it matter the color of his skin? Like, if I saw anybody sit in front of my house for 10, 15 minutes, whatever, I'd be like, what is going on here? And then you go outside and you're like, hey, what's up, man? Like, how are you doing? Like, can I help you with something? No? Well, you're in front of my property, so I'm just kind of curious. I know it's a public street, but, like, what's up? Oh, yeah. As soon as they told me, like, hey, I'm working, have a good day, bro, and then go away. And then if he's still there another 20 minutes later, like, move on, like, there's no reason.
That's like my boy Frank right over here talking about public streets, how he called the cops on Kyla the other night because fucking her boyfriend, who was a guy,
Okay.
was parked over there.
It was...
I don't know if I'm trying to figure out how much I want to divulge of situations here. So this person was parked there, and he called the cops because Kyla went out there. Fucking Frank went out there and put his trash cans because the pickup day was the next day. Put them like in front and in behind the car, right? Kyla went over there, fucking grabbed his shit, threw it on his fucking, like on his property, rolled him up on his driveway and like flipped him off and walked out, right? When he called the cops a couple hours later, and the cops said, the only thing that like that Kyla can do or whatever is where she fucked up was she went onto his property.
Yeah.
So if he would have just pushed the cans out of the way or throw them on the fucking ground on the street, nothing you can fucking do.
Yeah.
You're a fucking asshole for fucking doing it.
Yeah.
But like that, just being a fucking Karen, being an asshole, like.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
When did this start? When did the Karens? Oh, wait, time out. I heard a name for male Karens. What was
Kevin?
That? Oh, it was some. I forget.
Karen and Kevin. No, I have no idea what the male.
What's the Googler say? Well, while I'm talking about, let's see what's that's just the power of the internet.
This is
and then
I'm
when we find
Jamie.
it. Yeah, you come on, Jamie.
All right.
Oh, the thing too is like I think we can only put up pictures. Like I think because we got a copyright violation on the first video or not a copyright claim for something
Already?
Yes. So like we're gonna need to be
Joe Rogan.
careful. Yeah, like and saying like I can only show a picture of something or whatever. I still need to do that research because someone claimed some kind of copyright on the first episode. Nothing on the second. That's what I was thinking of. If we use our own
have like
shit,
80 views. Like how?
We're moving up. You know
I think like YouTube, what they do is they have like people they employ to randomly look at videos and whatnot.
Yeah, people called machines, called artificial intelligence that fucking runs it. I guarantee it.
I don't.
That
this one.
Yeah.
No. It's just male Karen.
No, I heard. I mean, it must be a new kind of a thing. I forget, like or like
Chad.
even like Google, like what's a male Karen's? What is male Karen names?
Okay.
Yeah, do it like that instead of when it started, because I feel like it had to have been past 2000, like maybe like around 2010, like it started to kick. I mean, when it comes down
2000?
to it. Yeah, 2000, 2010. Because I'm thinking.
I would say 2010. Yeah.
The person that you most associate the Karen the female with is the chick from John and Kate +8 with the hair. Yeah. Like that was she was the original, OG Karen.
Let me speak to your manager.
Is her real name Karen?
Yes.
No, Kate. Fucking, I just said her fucking name.
And then I just
John
said yes.
and Kate +8 is. Well, it starts with the K, so it's fitting.
There's different ones, man. Like I got Chad, Chaz, Eric, Steve. I got Terry. I got Ken. Like. In Armenia, Karen is a common masculine given name.
Fucking dude from Mr. Auto Electric or someone. His name is Karen.
Really?
But it's Karan. It's Karan or something like that. Like it's the inflectuation's
Dude,
different.
I hate answering his calls.
Yeah,
because every time he
Karan,
calls, like I always hope. Oh, I just need a front fender. I need a hood. I need a door. Something easy.
No,
he's always calling for
random. I got an '87 two-wheel drive Toyota pickup. I need the connector on the
100%. That's what it is. And I'm like,
for the rear fucking
damn,
speaker or something. It's like, are you serious?
It's never something easy with him. He's a cool dude, but it's just it's his phone calls are always rough.
Like the ultimate parts fantasy position for any Ford, Chevy, whatever would be like an Express. Batteries, air filters, oil filters. There you go. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
If you could do that, just pass that shit out all day long. Wiper blades.
I would be super happy.
No.
Why do you think I'm trying to get to Express so bad?
You get the fucking connectors and you get the axle seals and fucking all that shit.
100%. And they barely speak English. It's broken. They can't really explain it. It's always bad news.
It is. It's getting pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man, on
I
that
don't
one.
either.
So how many topics do you have? I got like 4 or 5, so this is good.
I got 3.
Okay, good. So we're getting close to maybe possibly the first break.
Okay.
Then we'll kick on the old AC, cool it down.
It's not bad.
I don't think if I've had anything else what was that? I had new current events, but I keep forgetting.
Well,
You gotta do like this if you're doing normal.
Yeah, I gotta lean to the side.
Yeah. You wanna come over here and
You gotta look around like he does. Like
there's a bad Norm Macdonald impersonation right here.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, put your mouth aside, look like this, and then you just wanna drag out the joke. Really long.
Slowly.
slowly pull out the
Dude,
dagger.
you just like channeled Norm Macdonald. Yeah, that's too bad.
I'm telling you, I've got my New England Korg accent. I've got Norm Macdonald. Movie producers that's watching this right now, because your kid randomly found us on YouTube, you see this acting chops right here.
100%. Look at this guy.
You and I could be, we're the next duo. You have the Kevin Hart and The Rock. Yep. You have Laurel and Hardy. You got Marc and Barc.
100%.
We're on the Mount Rushmore of dynamic duos.
100%. And on top of that, these should be household names.
It might actually be the ambiguously gay duo from SNL and then us.
I agree. Do you see Beavis and Butthead?
Beavis and Butthead! It's another good deal. Batman and Robin! Oh, we're moving down the list.
Well, now they came back with the cartoon, and now they're old.
Dude, I love it. Kyla has Paramount Plus, or had it for a little while, and I was watching their new episodes. Mm-hmm. I remember. I'm going to bring up some fucking. Oh, I'm going to go over time. I'm going over time right now, but I'm going to bring up some fucking from fucking Family Heartache. I can't even talk right now. I'm fucking flustered. Went out in 1990, 91 when that shit was coming out, right, in MTV. Yeah. I don't know if you know who my mother is. I don't know if you know what church that we went to and how we were involved in shit. Like, Beavis and Butthead was practically like watching porn. Like, I was not supposed to watch. Yeah. Oh, man, I was not supposed to watch Beavis and Butthead. And those two motherfuckers, the Beavis and Butthead, are the original roasters.
Yeah.
I mean, they just sit around, fucking dumbass. You know, they're just watching music videos and roasting motherfuckers.
You know, it's funny from back then, and then you had Mystery Theater 3000. You know, where they're watching a movie, and you're watching them, like, roast the movie. And the same thing with the music videos with Beavis and Butthead.
You know what I missed? A show I fucking missed that is hilarious that I want to watch so bad. I'm going to look this up tonight. Fucking Crank Yankers. With the puppets.
Mm-hmm.
And
they had prank calls.
Yeah, and they had fucking Adam Carolla, and they had, everyone was fucking doing that. I think I saw one where they had Tracy, what's the dude from...
Tracy Jordan?
No, hey, me, Tracy with the fucking black guy. Oh, fucking, it's a bad impersonation. Tracy, not Tracy McGrady, not Tracy...
No, Tracy Morgan.
Come on, man. Hey, Tracy Morgan. Yeah, come on. Tracy Morgan. Again, bad impersonation, but
it's Tracy Jordan. He was on 30 Rock.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was on there doing one rant. Yeah, I miss Crank Yankers.
He got jacked up when he got into that accident, man.
How long ago was that?
Years ago at this point, but he almost died from that accident. Like, totally turned him around. Did you see the new Dave Chappelle thing?
What are you talking about? This music? Wait, hold on. Can you write that down? We're gonna come back.
Okay.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yes.
And we're back. Okay, here we go. Now we can. Oh my god, here we can stop. Yeah, it's cooler because I mean,
you started it off. Yeah.
Fall has officially begun. We are.
Well, it's like 93 degrees yesterday.
It was ridiculous, dude. I think Saturday is 95 on Saturday.
Let's see what it is going forward. Look at 91 on Friday, but we're high 80s.
Upper 80s. I guess I can. Upper 80s not too bad.
No, compared to 115, 110. So yeah, no, I'm happy.
Speaking of cooler, which will lead me into the subject I want to talk about. Not a subject, but a thing. Fucking Heather just got that IS-250 that she got. In the winter, she loved because of the seat heaters. But I need that car because it has seat coolers.
That's what I need, dude.
Dude, you get in like on a hot day when my seats are all hot and leather, and you turn that seat cooler on, your ass is actually cool instead of sweating and hot.
Oh my god,
dude.
Yeah.
That should be. I have to. I was like, I have to get this. Whatever the looking is in this Lexus, whatever upgrades, I want that. Like working in the automotive industry, like I hate all the technology that's in it because it costs so much. It's like a fucking remote, $300 for a fucking remote.
It's
door actuators so you can open your fucking door. $600 an actuator. Where back in the day, like if I had a truck, I like an old school 60-something truck where you just got manual windows, doors, AC. Yeah. But I can just fucking pull my own handles and roll my windows down. You know.
Yeah, but you know the problem with that too is the way that they're moving vehicles now more towards safety. So everything is like carbon fiber, it's all like plastic, all this mess, and they're meant to crumble around you.
Have you seen?
I have seen the videos of what you're talking about.
So you don't even. You haven't even said it. But we were talking about porn, and he knew he's seen the video already.
100%.
The videos of like a new car. Have you seen like the 50s versus like?
You didn't even need to say the words.
It was crazy. I figured because I saw like it was like a Chevy Bel Air versus a Cadillac, whatever. GM car from the 50s versus 2010s, and that fucking Bel Air just folded over and just was destroyed. I was
Back
like, oh
then,
my
you got
God.
because it was just pure metal pieces.
Yeah, it was.
There was no like again, it wasn't like crumple zones. It was boom, you're done.
That was it's pretty fucking crazy. This past.
Where's the pin to this side?
Is it missing?
It is missing because it keeps on flapping in the wind.
It fell off maybe or something. Damn it. Oh. I keep.
Oh, you got extras.
Keep more right here.
Yeah, there we go. Drop it.
Yeah, maybe even like put it higher or something because it's probably in the hole. It was in the hole and the hole got stretched out and.
That's what tends to happen.
There you go. Allegedly.
Oh, dude. So my back tire, freaking Cabo and their Wolf Warrior, like already. Dude, at this point, I'm starting to think that this is haunted. Yeah.
Last week, fucking moving beers.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Freddy Krueger's sliding his
yeah.
claws across the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm trying to take off the little Allen screws, and I don't know why they chose to just insert these things, like torque it all the way in. Like I ended up stripping one of the last bolt that I needed to get off. And I was like, dude, I even had to run to AutoZone to get like one of those little Torx wrenches where it's like the star shaped as opposed. And then I stripped it again. So at this point, it's just a circle. Like you can fit anything in there. And I'm like, dude. So I went on YouTube and I was like, a great way to do it is get like, if you strip that, any bolt really, but especially like an Allen bolt, is to have one size a little bit bigger, stick it in there, especially if it's like fully circle. So there's nowhere to like it to clip. Okay. And then you put it in there and then you just fucking hammer it in. So you like make the indentations yourself into that little metal screw. And then I was able to get it off and go.
I've seen some like farmer hack like that same thing too, where it's like they're out in the middle of a fucking field. Mm-hmm. They have to get this bolt out. They can't get it, or they're fucking stuck. So then they took another bolt, or whatever. That was a good one that they had, and then they just welded the tip to that one that they need to extract. So they just weld it and then backed it out that way. That's the same kind of thing, where because you're pounding in there, so it's stuck there. It's the same thing. You're just not welding it in there because you want to be able to fucking pull it out. But that's the way they did it. So yeah. Like I'm telling you, YouTube. There's a guy I follow on TikTok I've seen too that like every time, hey daddy, how'd you learn how to do that? TikTok, YouTube, everything. There's so much shit on YouTube now that teaches
you were talking
everything.
About that kid, a kid Gen Y is asking his Gen X dad, and the dad's like the big fat dude working. Why the fuck do you always come in here? Blah, blah, blah.
That is Gen X Talks on TikTok because I follow that guy.
That's what it is. Yeah, he's got great points though, man.
That could have been me too. Dodger fan, guy in his 40s. That could have been Sierra, 15, 16-year-old daughter interviewing me.
That's what you need to get going.
You know that bitch? Speaking of, hey Sierra. She's got like underground hidden like TikTok or Instagram fucking shit. She records me and fucking puts me on.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta follow that for sure. Is it just like candid moments when you're not paying attention?
It's some of that, some of it when I'm drunk and high doing stupid shit. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It exists. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah. I
know it exists. So
yeah. So let's go one of your topics because we've been just banging out mine. So
this one I'm shook over, and I know you to be a decent Star Wars fan. So you may already know this. That was dropped this information about James Earl Jones in the past few days about his voice.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun!
Yeah.
We need the fucking music. That
I could pull the music.
The Darth Vader, the Darth Vader voice from Obi-Wan Kenobi was 100% AI generated, and that was not James Earl Jones speaking at all. He's been replaced by AI. You fucking Google it and check it out.
I will, because I think Matt was talking about this. Matt Olson was saying that he was.
Hey, sorry for your loss, bro. Like it sucks,
man.
No,
for real. Yeah,
for real.
That is sad. That's rough.
That was
yeah.
Times. It's coming. I can't even talk right now.
It's coming for us all.
Yes. Yeah. Our moms, us, everything. But
see, that's what's scary. Is like your grandparents, they die. Okay, they're old, but then all of a sudden, like your parents start dying, and then you're like, "Fuck, I'm next on the list," And then there you go. So you
never know.
But that's how time is, man.
You never know. I don't even know what you're supposed to be looking up right now.
AI. James Earl Jones.
Darth Vader. Yeah. So they're saying that James Earl Jones now is like retiring from doing any work. And
He's like 90 years old.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Like you could, if you, especially with today's technology, if you had James Earl Jones or someone that you just wanted to keep their voice, he just read for hours a day, whatever, so long. Read all these words, and then they'll put them together in a sentence later on in fucking life. You know, for fucking Star Wars.
You know, I wonder if that's kind of difficult. Like you'd have to have them with different inflections. Be like,
That's true.
You know, the Force. You know, like you gotta say it different ways.
It's like, fuck you, fucker, fuck you, motherfucker.
We just talked about.
Oh, I was supposed to not be potty mouth boy, but today
I find it funny, but it is what it is.
Well, sorry.
He is 91.
Wow, I would have had him at 78, dude.
Yeah, no,
I would have had
that's what I was
James Earl Jones at 78. He's 91.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Dude, I was just exaggerating saying 90 because I was thinking like late 70s or whatever, but I did not think, dude.
That's crazy.
Thank God he's still alive, man. One of my favorite movies is The Sandlot when he was in that one.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. Okay, now I got to match you. I got to match another James Earl. Here we go. We're playing the movie game. Mm-hmm. You named it a James Earl Jones. Now I have to name another James Earl Jones movie that he was in. Fuck the pressure.
You can't.
No, there's like a 1950s, 60s black and white one that he did like Romeo and Juliet or something like that, or he was like King Arthur. I was trying to go for that reference, but I can't fucking remember. So I'm gonna go with Feel the Dreams. Feel the Dreams.
He was.
Don't look. You can't. You're a fucking cheater. I'm not even looking.
I'm not looking.
Okay.
Shawshank Redemption.
He was not in Shawshank. That's the other black guy with the old voice. Yes.
There's a dude on TikTok that does a great. He like teaches you how to do his voice.
James Earl Jones's voice?
No, Morgan Freeman's.
Morgan Freeman's voice?
Like, yeah.
So like if later on you could send it, I'll put a link right here. If you send it, I'll put it right here and people can see it.
I don't think I have to.
Wait. Okay. So.
Well, now I just want to see what he's in.
Okay, fuck it. It's game over.
Well, obviously Lion King because he was Mufasa, dude. That's the easiest fucking one. I'm actually bitter that I did not immediately.
You just jumped to it. That's why.
I did.
I forgot that he was in Conan.
The Barbarian, yeah.
He was one of the kings. Coming to America.
He was
King
a robot.
Joffrey Joffer.
You don't know
The Hunt for Red October?
Yeah, that was a good one.
What was he? Oh, the voice. That's why he's credited for Rogue One and everything else.
Yeah. What else we got? What else you been in, bad boy? Oh,
Legends.
Fantasia 2000. There you go. See, not a whole lot though. Oh, dude, this movie.
Merlin.
This movie was like the greatest movie of all time, man. I really loved. What's his name?
Martin Short.
Yeah, he plays a crazy character. He plays like a little like goblin gremlin dude. Helena Bonham Carter's in it, and she's like, you know how like crazy she gets in all of her movies.
Is this pre?
Well, this is '98. This is.
No, I'm saying.
What?
Is this before she married? No, before she married. What's his
Tim
name?
Burton?
Yeah, there you go. I bet you.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll
Sam Neill from Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Merlin in this movie, and this movie is like it's one of those like epic movies. It's a long ass movie, but it is phenomenal. I really loved it.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna do a movie segment then, since because I was actually talking about movies, but you're talking about movies right now, so we're talking about. Movies.
Yeah, let's go straight into it, and then we'll talk about this one.
Okay, because there's one movie that Heather and I saw recently that I didn't get any play about or hear about. Have you seen Black Phone with Ethan Hawke in it? Mm-hmm. Dude, it's a thriller.
It's a new movie.
Yeah, I think it's on one of the. I'm going to see if it's on Hulu or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's called here. Let's Google it while I talk about it. It's called Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, and it's a psycho thriller where Ethan Hawke is a killer, but it's not. It's like it plays with your mind. Like you don't know what's going on. Like he kidnaps boys.
So here's the overlay of it. Finney Shaw is a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who's being held in a soundproof basement by a sadistic masked killer. When a disconnected phone on the wall starts to ring, he soon discovers that he can hear the voices of the murderer's previous victims. And they are dead set on making sure that what happens to them doesn't happen, or what happened to them doesn't happen to Finney.
In the woods.
So it's...
He hears dead people.
He does.
He hears dead people.
On a phone that's not even connected.
Yeah. It's because it's one of those things like, well... It makes you think, well, is this real life? Is this a test? What's he gonna do now? Like, because like this whole it's a good movie. Like I'll
have to check it out.
Yeah,
I like Ethan Hawke.
It's a good movie. He plays a really good character.
Yeah.
Too in that film, and it's got kind of like a little bit of a twist to it at the end, which is nice. And That's actually it's had a couple twists actually. That like you're like, whoa, okay, that's what you did there.
Okay.
So check that out.
Yeah, no, I will.
Black Phone.
Black
Definitely
Phone
on my
with
list.
Ethan Hawke. Okay, that's the next one I'll watch.
So what about yours? What did you see?
So, what today's Monday? So Saturday, we went and saw The Woman King. Miss Ayana at work said this is the greatest movie she's seen this year. So I'm like, okay, yes.
And I saw the previews for it. I'm like, I love Viola Davis. Like, she's one of my favorite fucking actresses. When she was in the movie with that one fucking with Denzel, like the Keeper of the Fence or something like that, that fucking movie was amazing.
Yeah.
And she acted the fuck out of that scene. And like, I really like Viola Davis. But I do know some of the backstory about the Dahomey people and how they're saying
it's
that
based on a true story.
Yeah, allegedly based on a true story that like there's some they did some shady shit that they're just kind of like
Was
glossing
glossed
over
over
it.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so go ahead. Talk
Well,
about
because that's part of what it was. Is so there's first of all, she does a great job in this movie. She does a great job. Like she carried that movie. And no, John Boyega is the king in this movie.
Who's that? The name is. I'm sure if I saw it. John Bodega.
Boyega. He was in a Star Wars movie, and he played a stormtrooper that turned against.
Oh, he was the one that hit his head on episode 4 as he's walking in to get
into the
R2.
ship.
Yeah. That was him.
Finn.
Oh, it's Finn. Okay.
Dude.
Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was phenomenal in this movie, man. Like his accent, like he nailed his African accent.
He's supposed to be an African
yeah. Well, he's English. He's from UK, so he has a very like UK Brit.
I
voice.
hate how they can just do that.
Oh, I know.
Why can't we like?
No.
We're over here, bad New Zealander accents. You know, when I get high. Sometimes I can do a decent English accent.
Well,
but you can't. But I can't imagine having to talk and like you'd have to like
throughout the
engulf
whole movie.
yourself.
Yeah. And you're talking, they're doing like 12-hour days where you're like just constantly filming in this accent. Like, yeah.
I'd have to never. I wouldn't say never break character, but I'd have to always have consciously thinking about having some kind of accent and staying in that because if not, it'd be too easy just to jump out of it.
Yeah, that's true. And then you're in the middle of a scene and you just kind of like fall off, and then they're like, cut, gotta redo it again, hold the whole thing again. But anyway, so for this one, there, you know what? Like, I enjoyed the movie, and now that I look back on it, there was a lot of great acting from different characters in that movie. But the main younger girl, Brandon, in the third row.
Quick side note: how long is this movie? You said because you were like, this movie went forever when you sent me that text.
Oh yeah, it did feel like it was going forever.
So it kind of drags a little bit in scenes.
It does, because like it's this tribe of women warriors, and they fuck shit up, dude. They got their like swords and they're cutting people, they're stabbing people, all this stuff. But this one girl, she's an orphan, and she doesn't want to marry this 50-year-old dude. And so her dad's like, I'm done with you. You're going to be in a goji. And so gives her to the king. So, yep, I go G.
Was that a thing?
No.
I was like, what?
Well, actually, it was a thing, but they didn't like pound their chest.
Okay.
Yeah. But she goes and then she starts training. And this chick, she looks like she's like 13 years old, and she has like this love affair with this dude. And like they hook
she
up.
goes Elvis, Priscilla Presley.
Yeah,
style.
I think what in the movie they want to make her out to be like 18 old or whatever, but
They're
just
like,
her face is she just looks really really young, like she's 13 years old. And I'm like, you're having a scene where you're hooking up with this dude that's got like facial hair. He's obviously much older than you. I'm like, this is kind of a stretch for me.
Excuse me, my lord, I just had my first blood. Would you like to bring me?
That's kind of like what I like. I was like, this is a bit much, man.
Oh, so it's good old classic Hollywood Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh yeah. Well,
child exploitation, sex exploitation.
Well, you also got to think
the conspiracy theory right there. Shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Go ahead.
Well, they were part of the slave trade. So John Boyega is the king, but his brother was the king before him, and he was involved in selling Africans to England and all that mess. But now he's the king. He's like, we're done with that. And the main girl, Viola Davis, she's like, I want to move away from this. We want to keep our people and our country safe. So let's move on to, you know, different exports and all that mess. And so even though she's like the general, she's trying to like move it away. So it's good. It's a good movie. So Uncle Harry actually bought us tickets for one theater, and we had our seats. We go.
Oh my God.
And there's this
You've already said enough. Keep going. Go ahead.
So there's this black chick hanging out with a table in front of that theater, and she's like, are you with this party? And we're like, oh no, here are our tickets. This is the theater. She's like, no, we bought this whole theater out. And I was like, oh dude. And they look like she seemed like super cool. And I was like, oh man. I was like, maybe you guys got some extra seats. We could still hang out with you guys, like, because the whole family, you know, in the theater, like that's more fun than a bunch of random people, you know. And so obviously it was, you know, they're all black, they're our whole family, you know, because this is an all black movie. So
did you meet your future wife?
I could have, man.
I think Mark is about to tell me that he met his future wife. Keep going. So my dad bought this ticket for one theater, and then these African queens showed up and were like, we own the night, and this is all ours.
100%.
So now you're like, hey, let's just have it. We want Netflix and chill.
Oh, 100%.
Mark's shooting shy. She's like, well, you know, it's been a while for me too, honey. And then Mark now says,
I was like, oh, you know, we're going to go to our other theater, but if that's packed, maybe I can come back and we can, you know, join your theater. She's like, you know what? You can if it doesn't work out. And I was like, yeah, because it was
yeah, you know why? Because you smoke menthols.
That's what, well, if they're not Cools or Newports, so,
yeah,
you know, kind
of. You
gotta
get it.
Yeah.
There we go. Good job. So, we're just speaking our own little cousin language.
Yeah.
Like
but dude, like it just she seemed like a cool chick, and it just seemed like the whole theater would have been like had a great time for that movie, you know.
So you just happened to show up at the wrong one?
No, we showed up at the right one, but they bought out the theater after we got our tickets, so we got booted.
How does that happen?
Yeah, and we had a printout of our tickets. Then we're gonna go talk to the dude, and he's like, "Oh no, you're over here now." And then so we go there, and the seats he gave us, we're sitting down watching all the previews, and then another family comes in. They're like, "I think these are our seats." And, which actually worked out because they were like at the third row from the screen, so you're like looking up.
Yeah, it's like.
And then so we moved back to like another like section E, and it ended up being much better because we're further away. You can see the whole screen and all that mess. So it was good.
And are you gonna get to the fact that you could hear them talking and screaming through the movie the next theater over the whole time? You better run, motherfucker!
Oh hell no, sister!
Oh, run! No, don't go in there! Don't go in there!
You know, it was weird because
I didn't get to say anything else.
No, like I knew nothing about this movie walking into it. Even walking in the theater, I knew nothing about it. Okay. But when we go in there to get all of our concessions and stuff, I'm like, there's an unusual amount of like ethnicity of one particular race compared to anybody else in this theater. And then once I started watching, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, you know,
but was it good? Was it bad? What was the fight? Because we got to take a break, so you got to wrap it up. Next 30 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah, so it was good. I don't think it was the best movie I've seen all year, but I enjoyed it, and the acting was really good. And Viola Davis killed it. John Boyega killed it.
I think we need to come up with our own grading scale, like a Mark Brennan, like 10 shots. Is a 10 or Star Wars films? Yeah. So how many shots out of 10 would you give this film?
I would give this a 7.
It's a 7.
7.5.
7 shots.
7.5. Yeah.
That's a
which
fair.
is kind of low, but it's.
I would give Black Phone an 8.5 to 9 shots.
That good?
It's good. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good.
9?
It's not 8.5.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like a perfect 10.
8.
Yeah. That's why I had to drop it down to 7.5. Okay. It is a great movie.
This is a real episode. We need to be realistic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah. And we'll get to that next, and then also got to talk about Dave Chappelle.
5, or 4.
Oh no, I'm fucking this guy up.
Oh. So someone you can beat. Oh, I was totally wanted to do a chess game.
Oh no, I want to go to menu. I want to restart game.
Alrighty.
Are we recording?
We're back. Yeah, I think we're live. We're gonna try this.
Nice. I like it.
I'm gonna do this. There we go.
There you go.
Until
we need it. It's under.
I think we should have when it hits a certain degree.
That's when we turn it on.
You got to pay the fee, which is sound loss.
That's the fee that we pay is the sound.
It's cool. It works. So
I'm getting to my Dave Chappelle.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna get
that's
to
what I
Dave
gotta
Chappelle. Who doesn't love Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle, not a controversial statement. Dave Chappelle's the greatest comedian.
Comedian.
He's the greatest comedian of all time. Is he the greatest comedian to you?
100%. He even says it in his new special. It's only 39 minutes because Duke Ellington School of Arts wanted to put his name on the building after he came out with the closer, because there's a bunch of people that were
so good, dude.
I know, but the thing is he had a whole bunch of backlash because of his trans jokes and all that mess, which really weren't even that bad, but snowflakes and all that mess. Anyway, so they wanted to specifically put his name on the building, and so he goes there into the auditorium. He's like, you know what?
What state is this in? Is this in Ohio?
I think it's in Ohio.
Oh, it's
I don't know where.
from Ohio. So
he is.
So
I don't know where. Yeah.
We'll go with that. That sounds good because it makes sense. Like it wouldn't be like fucking Florida.
Yeah, because he was saying he was growing up.
Actually,
and
he lives in Ohio. He actually was born in D.C. and grew up around the D.C. area, but he lives in Ohio and has lived there for a long ass time.
That's what he was saying.
So
yeah.
Go ahead. So sorry about. So they have.
Actually, I think it's in D.C.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think it is.
One of those two, folks.
Yeah. So he was going to a bad school, and he wanted to be a comedian, and so he started going through the steps, and then he said he went one night to won a show, and then after the show he went to go talk to the comedian. He's like, if you want to be a really good comedian, you need to know how to act. And so that's why he wanted to go to this school. And they asked him, like, why do you want to go here? If because his audition, he had to do a monologue, didn't even know what it was, and he just waited till the last second, figured it out, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And he thought he did terrible. And so like all the people that were grading him were like, well, why do you want to act? He's like, I don't. And they're like, well, why do you want to come here? Because he's like, I want to be a comedian, but I was told that I need to be able to act. So he goes, he graduates, all this mess, and it's a very good 39 minutes. But he ends up saying, he's like, I thought about it, I don't want this school or this building named after me. So he ends up like the freedom of expression and
for people that can't read well.
Yeah.
Building.
Well, and that's what he's like. And if in the future you want to put my name above that, whatever. But
okay, I thought so he chose like a generic kind of a thing.
Yeah.
To represent. It's almost like a Prince move, even.
He even brings a Prince, I think, in the
motherfucker.
Yeah, and so he was. Yeah.
Mother, father.
I'm
gonna try to make that a goal to not cuss or say alternate cuss words.
Yeah.
Because this needs to be for the children.
Family friendly.
Time out, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
That first episode where it said like, I saw you took off the comments. Well, if you when you're uploading a video, if it says this is safe for children or not safe for children, mm-hmm. when you put not safe for children, that's when it allows comments. When you put this is safe for children, it doesn't allow you to add the comments. It automatically blocks it.
That makes sense because
you have people talking shit and yeah, you get roasted.
Yeah,
we haven't had any yet.
We shall see. But he even says like in his special, he's like I'm the greatest. He's like I'm once in a lifetime. Like I'm once in a generation. Like nobody's gonna be able to do as well as I'm doing. And I'm like, you know what? It sounds very cocky, but you're speaking the truth. So it's like it's not cocky if you're saying what's up, So
that's like speaking the truth. Hold on, let me see. Let me log on. Oh, don't be quiet right now. I'm gonna show a TikTok to us of that I liked. Talk about do you ever seen the TikTok about this Kobe Bryant? Go into our sports segment, see or whatever. I want to talk about that too. And Kobe was in the 2008, 2000, is it the 2008 or 2012? I think it was actually the 2012 Olympics. Mm-hmm. And Kobe the first play of the game sets the tone.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen that TikTok, but I remember watching.
Okay, watch this. Here, watch this. Yeah. No. Do you know who he lays out the first Just watch this.
Tony Kukoc.
Nope. I'll see if I can play it and link it right now in a minute. So ready?
Bo said he gonna set the tone to start the game. And he said I'm running through Powell's fucking chest.
I knew it was Pau Gasol.
I'm running through Pau Gasol. He was like, what? Man, you tripping. Man, that's your teammate. You tripping. You ain't about to do that. He said first play of the game.
Even he's talking about Kobe.
I know what they're gonna run. And he knew Powell's gonna be the last screen. And he said I'm running through that motherfucker. I swear the first play of the game. We was like, holy shit. He just went right into the middle on my chest, try to get right through me to send a message. Not just to me, but to his teammates. Say, hey, this might be my brother. I play with him. We're close. But I don't care about anything else but winning. I'm right there in front of the miss, like,
Dirty.
yo.
Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, he ain't my teammate right now. Fuck him, get up.
Yeah, fucking.
I love this energy. This is what we need. Right?
Mellows.
Like he did that to his teammate. Oh my God. We was like, oh,
Even
ain't no
Braun.
way we losing this game. We about to beat the shit out of this man.
Yeah, they did.
I'm telling you, like
That-
it sucks. Like I've actually gotten way more fonder of Kobe. Like what you don't know a good thing until it's gone, kind of a thing.
That's you, but not me.
Oh, man,
Dude,
see-
Kobe is a shining star gone too soon.
Oh,
like, really.
no doubt.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just him and Kobe's and Michael's attitude when it came to playing sports is so fucking foreign right now.
Yeah.
It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. Fuck him. He can get the fuck off the ground. You know, that killer mentality
Oh, yeah.
that you gotta
It's
have
the
to
Black
fucking
Mamba
win.
mentality. Yep.
MJ had that. He had I miss that shit in fucking sports.
100%. And like even like Kobe's history, because he grew up in Spain and or Italy, I think it was.
Yeah.
And even like he'd always be playing basketball, like out in the out court when it's raining, he's out there shooting. Like even as a kid, like he just had that drive, and that's why he became one of the greatest of all time.
I'm telling you, I wish that like. Kobe wasn't brought up in the everyone gets a trophy era.
Yeah,
you
no.
know?
Oh, yeah.
You had to earn your fucking
And I
trophy and all
think
that
like
shit.
his whole training camps, like for his kids and all that, and he tried to instill that mentality as well. It's like, you know, you got to put in the work, you got to put in the effort, be the first to the gym, be the last to leave, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So,
You don't have it that way.
no.
On to other news. Today is September 23rd, 2022. No, because your fucking birthday. God, I love when we have a real episode. Let me check the date. It's the 26th, motherfathers. But I got that.
Mother fathers. You were 3 days off. Are you living
September
in the past right
20
now? Like, what's going on here?
That.
Do we got a new little like toy going on?
I was trying to.
We gotta cut this.
I was
little
gonna.
guy out.
Yeah, well, I need to redo all this. Like, it needs to be, you know, eventually, like how everything evolves. We're watching the first episode. See how the first episode was? It was just stools, and then chairs,
Dude,
and then
now
this.
look what we have, dude.
Yeah,
like
we're moving up.
You went all out on
I'm
this
taking
one.
it serious. Eventually, we'll have mics
And headphones.
and real shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
my
you got
God,
the,
dude, I can't
the
wait.
Street Fighter, dude. This thing is dope, man. I really like this thing. How much did that cost?
I think it was like $50 maybe. Like $45.99 on Amazon.
That's not bad.
Those things are fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's a little janky on the controls
Well,
and
you're
stuff.
just
but-
no, because I was able to do all that stuff. And you're like, oh, it doesn't work. Only E
That
Honda
is-
works because you can only do
Honda,
back
yeah, I'm just
forward.
fucking, I'm button smashing, just button smashing, fucking.
Him and Chun Li are the only two the characters
Yeah.
that work.
Yeah, that and fucking Ra's al Ghul. What's that nigga? Throwing.
Raz Al Ghul.
I don't know what
His
to
name's
say.
Batman. You mean Dalzim?
Thank you. Dalzim.
I think we should talk about Jupiter.
Okay, that was what I was talking about. September 23rd or 26th.
September 26th. So by the time you guys are going to see this, it's already
Oh,
well
yes.
past.
Oh, it doesn't fucking matter. We're talking about the past.
But for us, it hasn't happened
Yeah,
yet.
we're talking about the future.
Yeah, we're talking to the future right now.
We're talking about the future, but you're watching the past.
Yep.
Oh my God! I just boom.
Yeah, mind blown. It's just like, you know what's crazy is if you
Me?
actually,
Our mothers, our family, our grandmother. What else is crazy?
we were stewed in it, man. So Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen.
Yes.
He's
Blue guy, blue dick guy.
yeah. So in the comic or whatever, even in the movie, he gets like kind of depressed or whatever. So he leaves Earth and he goes to the moon and he's sitting on a rock. And
Keep telling the story. Hold on one second.
yeah,
So,
and so, even
Dr.
though
Manhattan.
even though it's a comic, he has an amazing point of view of time because he can see.
He left the moon,
And he's sitting on this rock, just contemplating time in life. And he's like, you can view time as in the past, present, and future. Like you zoom out as like it's one panoramic picture. So time isn't moving linear; It's just like, you know, on your phone, how you can zoom into frame by frame. And that's where we are right now. We're zoomed in on this particular frame as it's going forward. But if you were to like push it all back, the beginning of time is here, the end of time, it's all done. The universe is already done. We haven't experienced it yet. Yeah.
This is true. This is some crazy shit.
I'm telling you.
Because I had a beer burp.
I knew that.
Put that on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice.
Talking about, because I was thinking like for me, so like if heaven, I'm going to take a generic version of heaven, of how you are. For me as a father, like if I was to be in heaven, all of my kids would be in heaven. And there are certain times, I mean, you're going to find your soulmate within the next year, I'm predicting, in Jesus' name, and giving the blessing of the Lord.
My soulmate is me.
You're going to put your seed in a woman, and you're going to see your child come forth in the name of the Lord.
I sure hope not.
And you shall bear forth fruit, and you shall be saved in Jesus' name, and all this kind of stuff.
I rebuke you.
When you have your kid,
I like sleep.
You'll see, or maybe even yourself. Maybe heaven, this could be just for you. Yep. Like, I would want to, because like when you think about yourself, because my dad had this point was where when you go to heaven, like, how do you? Because like if you picture Moses, white beard, long, scraggly, 15 commandments. 10 commandments, right? So you picture old Moses being old, but in Moses' eyes, maybe Moses wants to be seen as 23, young, fit, strong Moses walking around. Where like when I'm in heaven and I have my kids, like I'd want to experience them as a baby, them as a 13-year-old, growing up and walking down, going fishing because I love to fish and that's so much fun, or whatever, shooting guns and doing like I'd want to experience that whole entire timeline of them. So. Heaven to me would be like almost like that infinite timeline where you're seeing only one clip. So like, okay, you experience this a little bit for a little bit, then you go over this, and when they're older, like, because there's going to be, think about this, there's going to be things that your family's going to experience when you're dead and gone. Like my kids will experience things that like I never am going to fucking experience because that's just the fucking way it is. Yeah. It's going to be. Yeah. So that whole timeline of like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, man, that'd be crazy if you could just like walk in between or see just one little glimpse.
Now, what if?
Did that make any sense?
It does.
Like rambling?
No. That makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
But it's also your interpretation of the afterlife. So there's an infinite number of versions of what an afterlife could be.
And we already know the aliens are taking over and we're hooked up to the Matrix and everything. So it doesn't fucking matter, but still.
But if you're saying, like, depending on your religion, if you're Christian or whatever, your God, your deity is all powerful. Wouldn't he, she, it have the ability to create your own afterlife? Every single human being, every single being in the universe, like just create their own afterlife. So your heaven is purely tailored to you, just like my heaven would be purely tailored to me. So I can conjure whatever, or I can be here or there, or see this and that, and go from there. It's like you're in your own universe to do whatever you want for all of eternity. That's one way of looking at it.
Do you know what my heaven would be?
What?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby.
Oh, for all the time.
That would be, exactly.
There's also like a different point of view that I kind of like the idea of is you, like when you die, your consciousness, your being is only brought back up into existence when somebody's thinking about you or, this or that. So that can go one of two ways, is if you were a good person, that's a heaven. Because people are bringing up good memories, so you are brought back and you're able to feel that love from those people, and that's how you live on until you're totally forgotten, and then boom, you no longer exist. Or
then you go to hell.
No, or if you were a purely evil person, the only things that people think are like terror and sadness and pain.
Like say if your name was, I don't know, Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. So every time that you're talked about, you're brought up, is like you are brought back into existence, and then you just feel what that person's feeling. So if somebody, like, say I die and you remember me, like, oh, all the good times, I would like come back into existence, be like, oh, that was a good time, and then just kind of fade in and out, But then as opposed to like Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that, every time you're brought up, like it's all negative, like pain.
You just fucking said a movie. You just said a fucking movie. I think it was Coco. It was either Coco or whatever, the Disney movie where they have the Day of the Dead. It was one of the Day of the Dead ones where the dead Mexican ancestors could cross over the Rainbow Bridge, whatever, and go visit their loved ones at their chapel, whatever. But they couldn't cross over if no one remembered them. So
Yeah.
then they were like officially dead. So like
Yeah.
that same kind of thing where you had a picture and you talk about them, whatever, and then they come back and they kind of visit you for a day. Same kind of thing.
It's along the same lines as opposed to like where they can have their own feelings and all
Coco?
that.
What was that?
I think it was Coco.
No, there's two different Mexican not Independence Day, fucking Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, it wasn't one like a Tim Burton movie. It was like claymation, stop motion one or whatever. Well, there's also the Bride. I forget which movie that was. The Corpse Bride.
Oh yeah, well not that one. Dia.
This lower back pain is getting me, man.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing that Book of Life. Oh no, so it was, I think it was Coco because Book of Life is.
I never saw that one.
So okay, that was the other one. So it's not that. So it was Coco. I think it was Coco.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that chiropractic care works and is effective and can heal and help your lower back.
It is
You know
not
what?
going to heal a fractured spine.
Telling you,
They're going to make it worse.
You know what? We need to take a break because we still haven't even talked about this thing.
Yeah.
We haven't
or
done it.
this, or my two other things.
Oh my God!
Two
okay.
other things.
Okay, we're right back. We need to cool off a minute.